present whenever you're ready, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We will call the Budget and Finance Committee meeting to order. And for the record, we do have all members present. If I could please, have a motion to accept the minutes from our previous meeting.
So moved.
A
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor, please let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. We have two items coming before us today. The first is an ordinance authorizing the issuance and sale of bonds in the maximum amount of $2,653,000, $725.70 to provide funds to pay expenses associated with the various street resurfacing programs, to include partial depth, unimproved residential arterial collector, and residential resurfacing, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So these are the typical special assessment bonds that we issue for the resurfacing projects. So this amount represents the amount of assessments that were not collected directly from the property owners through billing. So some property owners elect to have that put on their property taxes. So we typically issue a bond to put those proceeds in the project fund to cover those costs, and then we will pay the bonds back with the assessments that we collect from the property owners over the next 5 years.
Okay, thank you very much. I would first entertain any questions from committee members. Mr. Malik, do I see your hand?
Mr. Chair, I did not have my hand raised.
Oh, it's Sharon Connor's hand. It looks like on this small video it's attached to your body, so I apologize for that. So, are there any other?
I would make a motion for suspension of the rules with a favorable report if there aren't any other comments.
Okay, I just had one comment. Mr. Fricker, what percentage, because I had this question posed to me just last week, what percentage of folks elect to pay outright versus folks that have it placed on their taxes and spread out over time?
Do you have a general sense of that? I think it probably depends somewhat on the project. Depending on a full depth, you would have a higher percentage of people, whereas the resurfacing, potentially half. I don't have that exact figure, but it's higher. Obviously the more expensive assessments are typically certified, whereas the ones for resurfacing are often paid in cash.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Just satisfy my own curiosity and be able to answer someone's questions. So we have a motion, and did we have a second?
Second.
Okay. For a favorable report and suspension of the rules, all those in favor, please let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. Good. All right. We'll pass that item out this evening. Next, we have an ordinance authorizing the issuance and sale of bonds in the maximum amount of $52,168.24 to provide funds to pay expenses associated with the various street improvement and sidewalk programs, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is a similar bond, similar type of thing. This is an assessment bond to cover assessments for, and there's a specific list of 3 separate streets of sidewalk improvements that were done. So it's kind of a small amount, but again, we're following that same process where those that did not elect to pay in cash, we certify those assessments to the county to be collected on the property tax, and then we issue a bond for that remaining portion. So this is following the exact same process that we go through for a resurfacing project.
Okay, very good. Questions or comments from committee members? Do not see any hands. Anyone online have any questions? All right. What's your pleasure?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion for suspension of the rules with a favorable report.
Second. Second.
We have motion and a second. All in favor, please let it be known by saying aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Okay, very good. We'll pass that out. And I do not believe we have anything else coming before us. Am I correct, Ms. Viviano?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, then. We will call the meeting to a close at 3:05 p.m. Thanks to everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is the final committee meeting of the day. Council will meet at 7 p.m. tonight. Thank you.
Hi, brother. Yeah, I was just watching that.